Hey, what's going on, guys? JTK here. Welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be doing the top 10 best shotguns in all of Call of Duty Zombies. Now for this video, obviously we're going to have criteria because with weapons we usually do. With shotguns, very different weapon compared to snipers and pistols like we've done in the past. With shotguns, they're kind of just like guns that get zombies out of the way. I kind of just use them a lot whenever I'm doing Easter eggs because they're really good at taking down mini bosses like Panzers and whatnot, especially in Black Ops 3. But shotguns overall are just really useful for just getting zombies quickly out of your way, just right up in front of your face and whatnot. So for these three criteria, we're going to have damage, obviously, if you're just trying to get zombies out of your way. Damage is definitely a very important one. The next one up is going to be ammo. I'm putting ammo specifically for this one because ammo is very special with shotguns, because if it's really low on ammo, then it's not going to be really reliable in terms of getting into either higher rounds, or if you're just training and you can't really use it as a reliable gun to kind of just shoot zombies out of your way. So ammo. And the third one is also going to be accessibility. Obviously with normal guns, accessibility is going to be just very important, because if it's a wall weapon, you can always buy ammo with it and whatnot. So with those three criteria out of the way with, let's just jump right into it. Now, coming in at our number 10 spot is going to be going to the Olympia from either Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. Both of them do pretty much the same thing. Now, the Olympia is one out of the two starting wall weapons that are famous in zombies. Olympia game for life. But the Olympia overall is actually just really good because of its damage output and whatnot. I would definitely carry the Olympia up into the higher rounds. Maybe not in the early rounds. I'd definitely go for the M14 in the early rounds because just getting points with the M14 is a lot easier. But keeping on shotguns, with the Olympia, obviously its damage is very high. Only real problem that I have with it is that it's a 2-shot, so you're going to be constantly reloading after every couple shots or so. But like I said in the beginning, shotguns are really useful for just getting zombies quickly out of your way with, and that's exactly what the Olympia accomplishes. Plus, it's a wall weapon as well, so it gets bonus points for that. So for that, definitely going to be putting it at the number 10 spot. Now, coming in at our number 9 spot is going to be going to the KSG from Black Ops 2 Origins. Now, KSG, it's kind of an underrated weapon because it kind of gets outshadowed by the other great guns that were released on Origins, like the MG08, the Scorpion Evo, and the Scar. The KSG kind of just gets left in the dust, really, but it still is a really good weapon, and in my opinion, one of the best shotguns in the game. Now, it loses some points for accessibility, but the damage is definitely up there, especially with the ammo as well. The ammo is really well, and another cool feature is that it shoots slugs, so you can kind of snipe zombies away with it, which is pretty nice. Really good with killing Panzers, really good, solid with just killing zombies as well. Not one of my best because you do have to be accurate with it. Not really helpful at just getting zombies out of your way, but still is a really good shotgun and will be coming in at our number 9 spot. Now, coming in at our number 8 spot is going to be going to the Argus or Argus. But either way, the Argus, it's kind of like the KSG in a sense where you do get that kind of slug action. With the Argus, though, it is actually like a lot better, especially with like the reload animation in Black Ops 3. Not so much in Black Ops 4, but I really do love the whole look and the sleekness of it in Black Ops 3 and whatnot. Still is really good in Black Ops 4. They pretty much do the same thing and whatnot. It does have better ammo than the KSG, I'm pretty sure. In Black Ops 3, it actually has specific wall weapon spots as well, so it gets some accessibility points as well. But it's kind of just like the slug shotgun in general, where it's not going to help you too entirely in getting zombies out of the way, but it still is a really solid shotgun to pick up and use. So for that, I'm definitely going to be putting it at the number 8 spot. Coming in at our number 7 spot is going to be going to the KRM from Black Ops 3. Now, KRM, all around just a very solid gun. It's kind of just like a pump action almost. I don't know, it's a little weird because it's not like a normal pump action, but it's all futuristic weapons, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But Black Ops 3, the KRM, it is actually just very good. I always pick it up when I play the Rising Jack just to get rid of Panzers on the early round if I don't have a really good gun or if I don't have a bow yet. Really good when you pack a punch it as well. Like all the Shadows of Evil Easter egg speedruns use the KRM because it's easy to just pick up and grab, and it's super effective. I'd probably say one of the best starting weapons overall in the game, but also just a really good shotgun in general. Only problems that I have with it is that the ammo is a little bit low, but it kind of makes up for it because its accessibility is really high. It also is a wall weapon, so you can just buy more ammo if you run out and whatnot. But other than that, though, once you pack a punch it, especially, it just becomes an absolute beast. So for that, it would be kind of criminal not to put it on this list. So it's going to be coming in at our number 7 spot. Coming in now at our number 6 spot, this is going to be another surprising one. It's going to be the SG-12 from Black Ops 4. And I'm pretty confident the only Black Ops 4 shotgun that's going to be on this list, because bullet guns in Black Ops 4 aren't really that good. But the SG-12 is actually like pretty solid. It's kind of like the Brecci of Black Ops 4. We'll get to that gun in a minute, but the SG-12, very solid, especially because you can put like the drum mag attachment on it with all the Black Ops 4 mod kits and whatnot. You can do that with that, and it also has like some shell attachment as well that makes it do more damage, or I think it makes it shoot a little bit faster as well. Not entirely sure about that, but only problem that I have with the SG-12 is its accessibility is just very, very low. But obviously the fire rate is really high, does really, really moderate damage as well, and it has really good ammo. Like I said, you could put the extended mag and whatnot. So for that, I'm going to be putting it at the number 6 spot. Now, coming into our top 5 shotguns of all time, at our number 5 spot is going to be going to the Street Sweeper from Black Ops Cold War. Now, the Street Sweeper, another surprising pick, but I do think the Street Sweeper is a very solid shotgun. And I would go for all the Cold War shotguns are actually like really, really solid as well. But the Street Sweeper, I would probably say, is the weakest of them, because when it's unpack-a-punched, it just takes way too damn long to reload every single shell. Like, you can unload an entire clip, and probably by the time you reach the next round, you'll probably be finished reloading the next magazine to shoot the rest of the round. But other than that, though, when you do pack-a-punch it, you actually get a ton of ammo as well. I think it goes from like 18 if you're using the fully mag upgrade, all the way up to like 42 or something crazy like that. And it reloads multiple shells at the same time, which just makes it a lot more viable in my opinion. It's fully auto, so you don't have to worry about constantly spamming your trigger or whatnot. Really good at taking down bosses, really good at normal zombies as well. Just overall, just a really good shotgun, and it's on the Cold War system as well, so accessibility is not really a problem because you can just spawn in with it, then you can constantly buy ammo for it with the ammo crates and whatnot. So yeah, overall, just very solid shotgun, coming in at our number 5 spot. Alright, now coming into our number 4 spot is going to be going to the Brecci from Black Ops 3. Now the Brecci, it's pretty similar to the SG-12 like I already explained before, but I just prefer the Brecci a little bit more because it shoots a little bit faster, it does a little bit more damage. They're both pretty much copy and paste of the same gun, but I just prefer the Brecci a lot more, especially on the Black Ops 3 system. It's just a lot more useful and can compete with other guns, especially when you use Double Tap 2.0, which is only on Black Ops 3, not on Black Ops 4. So for that, it's very, very close between the SG-12 and the Brecci, but I do like the Brecci a little bit more, so I'm going to be putting it just right above it at number 4. Alright, now coming in at our number 3 spot is going to be going to the Haymaker from Black Ops 3. Now the Haymaker, it's very, very, very effective. It's really good at taking out Panzers and whatnot on the early rounds. I remember playing the Rising Drag. This was kind of the gun that I always tried to hit for the box for Panzers and whatnot. Just can instantly delete any mini boss. It also just gets rid of zombies incredibly effective, incredibly fast, because it has a pretty decent amount of ammo, does really high damage. You could take this into the very, very high rounds as well. And it shoots ridiculously fast. I think it's probably the fastest shooting shotgun in the game, or in zombies in general probably. But yeah, I would definitely say the Haymaker is definitely up there. Only problem is accessibility. Like, you can only get it out of the box, and sometimes with that very, very fast fire rate, you can just shoot through that ammo way too quick, so it doesn't seem like there's a lot, when in reality there really is. But it would be criminal to not put the shotgun anywhere up to close because of just how overpowered the fire rate and the damage is. So for that, it's going to be coming in at our number 3 spot. Alright, now coming in for our number 2 spot is going to be going to the Howler from Black Ops Cold War. Now, this one might come as a shock to most of you, and I know a lot of you probably didn't like Cold War as much as I did, but in my opinion, I would probably say Cold War definitely had the best shotguns of all time, or definitely up there in terms of shotguns, because it was kind of the only weapon you could use. But the Howler was actually a very, very effective weapon, was very good at just dealing a large amount of damage, was probably the best shotgun ever to just quickly get a zombie out of your way and then they just keep running. It's also just really good for if you're doing like Easter eggs. I remember when I was playing the Outbreak, when that originally came out, I would always just run the Howler because I could just use its base form because of how much damage it deals up until very, very late rounds, because I know with Outbreak it like upscales a ton. But I would definitely always use the Howler for that. Sometimes the Gallo, and I don't know. With me, the Howler has always just been like a very comfortable weapon to use, and just with its damage alone, it just makes it very, very useful. But the only real drawback that I could see with it is probably the fire rate. Like with the fire rate, it's obviously just very slow, but it definitely makes up with it with the huge amount of damage that it can deal. So for that, definitely going to be putting it at the number 2 spot. Now, I want to throw in a quick honorable mention before we get to our number one spots. This honorable mention is going to be going to the MOG 12. Now, if any of you played Black Ops 4, like when it originally came out, which I'm sure a lot of you did, I remember it was really popular during that time. But if you did, you'd remember that the MOG 12 was definitely probably the best gun in that entire game because you can spawn in with it. It was a wall weapon. You could literally do infinite amount of damage with it because you just shoot it, you get the fire attachment on it, and then you could just wreck zombies up into whatever round you want. I'm pretty sure it did infinite damage. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I want to put it as an honorable mention because they did recently, not recently, but like a while back, they nerfed it and it's not as good as what it was before. So for that, it's going to be an honorable mention. Used to be just an absolutely goated shotgun. I'd definitely put in like the top 3 if it was like pre-patched, but after patch, it's really, really bad. So for that, I'm definitely just going to keep it as like an honorable mention. Now, coming into our number one spot is going to be going to the Gallo from Cold War. Now, obviously, for those of you who played Cold War, you could probably see this one coming. The Gallo overall is just probably up there with some of the best guns ever in Call of Duty Zombies history. But definitely in shotguns, I would definitely say it is the best. Has really, really good fire rate. Granted, it is semi-auto, so you don't have the full auto luxury like the Haymaker and whatnot. But with the semi-auto feature, it still shoots incredibly fast, and you can actually change that with some of the Cold War attachments as well. So it does make up for it in that sense. You can also increase the damage as well with the Cold War attachments, but it also does just really good damage even without those attachments either. Like very good damage, very, very high rate of fire, and you can just constantly buy ammo for it because it's Cold War system and whatnot. Obviously, whenever you're jumping into a map for the first time on Cold War, you're probably going to be using the Gallo. So for that, it kind of has to make the number one spot because it is just the go-to weapon for Cold War. And even if you don't spawn in with it, you can buy it as a wall weapon as well. I'm pretty sure it's a wall weapon on every single map. So definitely, there's like no downsides to this weapon whatsoever. Probably just the point making, but even again with Cold War's point system, there's no downsides to using an SMG over a shotgun when making points. So for that, it kind of just makes it the overall best gun ever, and just for Cold War specifically, but kind of just up there as well. So for that, definitely going to be coming in at our number one spot. Alright, anyways guys, that's going to wrap up this video for today. If you did enjoy, definitely leave a like, subscribe, do all that. You already know what to do. Leave a comment down below if you want to see me do anything else. I enjoy making these top 10 videos. As you can probably see, it's kind of taking on my schedule a bit. I'm going to try and probably plan out a different video though, because I don't want to completely burn out the entire top 10 idea and whatnot. But I still do enjoy making them, so expect to see more in the future, but also expect to just see maybe something a little bit different. But yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.